एक ही काम से बोलती थी पापा वो मेरा ना जीमेल है ना छोटे वाले फोन का ब्लैक वाले फोन का
हाँ
वो मुझे वो ना कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा तो उसका पास
वो डाल के देखो। मैं भूल गया लेकिन मेरा ख्याल है कि ये नहीं। All right, it is Wednesday, October 16th. Going to Austin. We got a mastermind today. Usually Dulles flight leaves in like 30 minutes. And being so close to Dulles, I could just leave. I could probably leave like 20 minutes from. Okay, we are in Austin. Now, if anything I just said at the airport was totally muffled, maybe we should start the video over. If you're watching this and you have a startup right now, you are following some of these gurus online, maybe they're trying to sell you school.com or maybe a new funnel that they're trying to push, or this new scheme or new cold email marketing tactic. I send 50,000 cold emails a day, here's how to do it. And I mean, some of these guys actually work. Some of the stuff that they're talking about actually works. The question is, does it work for your business? Maybe you have given it a shot. Maybe you bought their book, you went through their course, you paid a couple $1,000s for it, and then a couple months later, you're kind of back to square one. But I want you to know that it's not your fault. And when I say it's not your fault, I'm saying that on the side of I've worked with these gurus and I've made content and written YouTube scripts for these gurus. And we know that when we write these scripts that we aren't putting everything in. We know that we're leaving some things out. We know that it's impossible to make a totally comprehensive video on YouTube that explains everything there is to know about how to get 1,000 customers or to make $10,000 in 10 minutes. We know we're leaving stuff out because we want to drag you on. We want to keep you engaged a little bit longer, just a little bit more, so that you end up buying the course or the book, or that you feel this pull, this need that like, oh, what I'm doing is not enough, or oh, I just gotta watch one more video. That's all intentional. You have to know that. But if you are gonna give some of these people your time and attention, let's say you have found a method that you like or a strategy that you want to get into, here are the 3 things that you got to keep in mind. And we can call it like the 3 C's. We can call it whatever we want. The context, it's commitment, and it's clarity. First one's context. So you have to know how these online gurus are making their money. And you have to know how they made their money in the first place. What got them their first 1,000 customers? Because you may be watching these people now and they're on customer number 100,000 or their millionth customer. So they're talking about all of the tips and tactics that they're using now in 2024. When they got their first 1,000 customers, it was probably back in 2014 when Facebook groups were still relevant, or they were sending direct mail. So you have to know how these people got their first 1,000 customers and apply those tactics, or just keep that in mind when you're listening to these people, that the tactics that they're talking about now can work and do work, but do they work for a business that already has 100,000 customers in 2024, or do they work for a company that was just starting out and the internet was barely around, or the internet was barely a thing, or social media was barely a thing? So you have to keep that in mind. And also too, with like trendy marketing strategies, podcasts from 5 years ago, paid newsletters today. Everyone wants to start a paid newsletter. But if you're a startup founder, why would you want to start a paid newsletter? Or how is it going to be relevant to your business? Or are you just trying to shove this marketing strategy, trying to just shove your business into this mold and try to make it work because that's what's trendy today? The next item on the list, the second C, is commitment. Now, I'll keep saying that a lot of what these people are pushing out there, a lot of what they're talking about, the methods do work. And the issue with all of that might be you. Maybe you just haven't committed enough to actually seeing these strategies all the way through. I remember in 2020, I took Russell Brunson's One Funnel Away challenge. I went through it, I committed the whole 30 days, got my funnel built, and then 4 months later, I was on to the next thing. I got a couple clients, it kind of worked. I was starting to see some traction from it, but did I commit enough to do it? Did I see the strategy all the way through Or did I just half-ass it? So if you're gonna go, again, follow these gurus, do you have the commitment to do it? If you're gonna pick a strategy, if you're gonna pick someone's method or someone's secret technique, can you commit to doing it? Can you commit to doing it for a year, or doing it for 2 years, or until it works? Trying not to walk right into the sun. You gotta have the sun on your back. The last one, the last C, is clarity. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've written these scripts, and there's just no way that a YouTube video can fully do it justice as to have someone sit down with you and your business and you talk directly and go over the specifics of your business. Go over exactly the problems that you're struggling with, or the exact type of customers that you're trying to attract. Maybe the strategy that you've chosen, the method that you've been following on YouTube for a while can work, but it won't work for your target audience. And that's why I find this kind of video timely, like us doing this mastermind here, is that when you're working with someone directly, to have a coach, to have someone that is going to personally look into your business, understand what's going on, that can be the most powerful thing. And I used to be, back when I was in my 20s, I was just had way too big of an ego, was too jealous of everyone's progress, and thought that if I needed a coach, then that means I had somehow failed, or I had somehow not been able to do what I set out to do, or a coach could never do what I can do, or do it as good as I can do it. Getting clarity on your business ideas. Yes, this strategy can work. Yes, you could do a paid newsletter. Yes, you could try to go viral on YouTube. You could try to go viral on TikTok, sure, whatever. But is this the right method for your startup? They've got a scooter in the office. Couldn't resist. Okay, let's finish this video up. Okay. There we go. We'll blow out these windows, it's fine. Those are the 3 C's: context, commitment, and clarity. When you listen to these online gurus, do you know how they are making their money? If they're making their money off you, then maybe their advice might not be the exact thing that you want to listen to. Commitment. Yes, some of these methods work. You can follow their strategies, but are you going to be committed enough to actually follow through and see it happen? See it all the way through. And finally, clarity. Don't put your ego in the way. If you need a coach, if you need some outside perspective, get help. Ask for help, ask for some strategy, ask for some outside perspective so someone else can look into your business and not just you alone in a room trying to figure it all out. And if you're trying to start a YouTube channel and you don't know what videos to make, watch this video right here.